All right, afternoon. Leg 7 of the Utah Alphabet Challenge, Green River to Happy Canyon. We've got Green River right here, which is where we ended up the other day after the flight down from Fremont. Island lower, basically dead south, 30-minute flight. We're in a Cessna 172. We've got the REP, Reality Expansion Pack, which we're playing with today. Happy Canyon is a dirt strip that's tucked down in this canyon, and apparently it's happy. So we've got some weather popping up, some thunderstorms here in the distance, shouldn't affect our flight. It'll be interesting to see how they look in the sim. I can already see one in X-plane looking out the front view here. So we'll take a look at those. And other than that, the main thing we're doing is testing a new camera. So we've ditched the GoPro and are now running with a Razer Kiyo Ultra something. I went with the biggest sensor I could find. The only thing I don't like about it is it's only got a field of view of about 82 degrees, so it's sitting way back in the cockpit, which is then giving you this angle view on the lines, whereas if it was up next to the eye point, those things would look much straighter. But the image quality is a million times better than the GoPro. So I'm not quite sure. I stream at 180 anyway and upscale it to 1440, so I might look for a 1080 webcam that's got, you know, great image quality, but I really want something with good low light performance and good contrast, and this thing seems to do a really good job, as you can tell. So we will see how it goes, and maybe it's a keeper, and maybe it gets sent back. While we get things working here, we'll find our stream. There it goes. Looks like we're live. Looks like us. I also sort of like the fisheye look of the started right up. Last time I flew this REP, I flooded it, and it was accurate. Like, you had to unflood it to get it to go. We are going to UT 97. Happy Canyon. Okay, we've got that in the MFD. Go ahead and see what we're doing here for weather. There's no weather here, so we'll look at the windsock. If I look nearby on ForeFlight, come on. It says that nearest Canyonlands is 230 at 17:13:23, but they're out by those thunderstorms, so we'll just see how it looks. 128.8, our CTAF. We'll get over to guard. COM 2. And then when we get up there, we'll see if we can hear Salt Lake Center over the top. And yeah, get our feet on the brakes and get ready to go here. Green driver traffic, Cessna 25 Juliet Golf is taxiing to, we're going to guess, 1-3. We'll look. In the REP, okay, this is bananas. I'm going to show you guys this. In the REP, you have to do a walk around and take off all the stuff to have a more realistic flight experience. But what it means is, I don't know if you can see the tie down is still on there. So the airplane's still tied down. Now, I'm all for realism, but this is something you should be able to turn off. I can only do the walk around when the airplane is on the ground with engines off. So we got to do all this nonsense. I'll do this. I'll show you as we do this here. Because it's kind of like, I can get it. Like, if you're not a pilot, it's kind of cool to go, oh, I'm practicing the walk around, and You know, we're doing the things we really do. We got to look at the stuff, but honestly, this is, you should be able to toggle this off and not have to go through this. Take down the tie downs, take out the chocks. This is the actual walk around for the Cessna 172, by the way. Take out the cover, tires look good, gas on that side look good, probe temperature, take off the pitot tube cover, take down the other tie down, check the aileron. If you push these things, you can't, I don't know if you can see it, but you can't, but you see the thing move in the sim, which is, again, sort of cool. But, I mean, lordy. Now we'll see if she'll start right up again. Clear prop. She did. Good. Okay. Wouldn't have been a really short taxi with those chocks there and those tie downs working. Kept our flight plan, so we got that going for us, which is nice. Go take a look at the there's windsock. Which is right there, and that to me looks like a dead crosswind. So if that's the case, we will take 1-3. Green for traffic 15 Julie Golf taxiing 1-3. Oh yeah, and this thing. They're like, do you want the realistic steering? I gotta tell you. I don't think I've ever been in a 172 that pitches around quite like that. So I'm looking at that monitor. I guess that the alignment of the, see there, the taxiway alignment looks good. I once again use some AI. Of course, I would be taxiing at 1500 RPM if we're completely honest. I did some work in AI to get the trigonometry right for the screens again. The fields, it looks like doing a pretty good job of aligning. I was just looking out the left window there, seeing how it looks in the monitor. I've got OBS streaming over here on a monitor so I can see what you guys see. Stop taxiing like a drunk sailor. Looking for traffic, not seeing any. The Apple Maps tiles here are weirdly white. In the distance they're not. The only thing about ortho is you're not quite sure what you're going to get. When it's amazing, it's amazing. Mags look good. We've got full load. Landing. Pitot heat. Electronics look good. Autopilot test off. Can we do discon? We can. Green over traffic stairs 15, Cessna 15 Julie Golf departing 13 to the south. We'll be going straight out. Green River. No traffic. Nobody downrange. No traffic on the map. Flaps 50. Okay, RPMs are as expected. Engine instruments are in the green. We are, airspeed is, come on, alive. There we go. So pitch to the left, to the right. Yeah, I'm making these little micro adjustments on the rudder pedals and it's moving us all over the place. On the center line, close to it, 50% speed by 50%, VX. Here's our crosswind. Flaps coming up. I'm going to do a quick loop down here and see if you can see these thunderstorms that X-Plane is rendering. We'll get away from the airport. Ourselves for VY. There we go, that's pretty good. I'll just see if I can make a quick turn here if we can see these things. The one looked really real. Looking at my watch. I hope it hasn't already eliminated them. From the weather. I don't see him now. Maybe in the most recent update it got rid of him. I definitely don't see him now. Oh well. We'll continue on the way we were going. Okay, we're going to go up to about 7,500 feet on this flight. And I'm just going to hand fly us down there. One of the other consequences of having the camera further back in the cockpit is I've had to adjust the lateral offset so it makes that strut swept back a little bit more than it would look in the real airplane. Still looks good. But I tried this flight last night. I ended up deleting the stream because it was a disaster in a variety of ways. But it looked really swept back with where I had the camera settings last night. So I've been able to get it a little more set. But if anybody has a recommendation for a 1080p webcam that's got really great image quality and low light, big sensor, I'd love to hear it if you guys could give me a recommendation. Hello, Kiwi. Yeah, I agree with you. Kiwi says that he hopes that X-Plane does a big update on the G1000 so it's more like the real world. Me too. It's such a capable package, and they've been able to do it on Microsoft for the NXI and the G1000 there. It's got a lot more of the real features, so I can't imagine it's anything that is impossible for them. Lean us a little bit here for a climb. Hello, Maverick. You did that in real life. What did you do in real life when you were PPL? Nate, my ETA is 30 minutes. And I actually have a link for the scenery. You'd want to get the scenery because I've improved it. If you give me a second here, I'll see if I can paste it into the chat. You could download. In fact, anybody who's watching right now could download it. And if you have a PilotEdge membership, you could join me in the game. Let me see here. I should be able to do this. If I go to Gmail, this would be the time for autopilot. Don't you think? We'll go nav, bug our heading, and vertical speed, 300-foot climb, and let auto take the bird. We're on nav, not on heading mode, so it's going to take it over to the magenta line. Okay, we'll let auto do that. I'm gonna see, I bet I can do this. If I go to, because I have it saved online so you can download it. If it's in Google Drive. Okay, there we go. OTG scenery. Happy Canyon. Share. I don't want to add people, I want the link. Manage access. Anyone with the link? Copy the link. And back to our stream. Oh, you forgot the tie-downs in the real world. If you want the happy... I'm typing this, I'm a little ahead of you guys here. Oops, I misspelled scenery, but... And here's the link. Alright, so if anybody wants to join in, they can. I'd love to see your friend sim. Mike says that he's got a buddy who's made a sim, and I'd love to see it. I'm really happy with how this thing's working right now. Between the quality of the ortho and the way X-Plane 12 looks and the way it flies and just the rebuild I did. I wish these fans were a little more powerful, but this is, can't quite see it. See if I can shine some light on it. This is a AC control head unit, actually just the dials and the buttons from an SR22 I found on eBay. Some of you might have heard that in a prior stream, but I connected it to a potentiometer back there that actually controls fans that comes out of these air vents, but they don't do it. They don't push a lot of air, so I got to figure out how to engineer that. I also tomorrow have coming for the whopping price of $14 or something like that, some new LED lighting, which is just the standard, the solid strip. This still has the LED points, the individual LEDs, so you kind of get that look, which I'm not a fan of, that dotted look. And I'm hoping for something a little brighter, a little warmer. Of course, we can also make that lighting red if we're night flying. Yeah, so that scenery I dropped in there, you should be able to just download that file and drop it into your custom scenery folder. Make sure it's at the top of your scenery INI, although it should do that automatically, and then you could meet me down there. It's in the sim anyway. So Nate, if you wanted to just load in down there, it's just I made a bunch of improvements to it. I'm using, today is not Bing tiles, today is, keep our speed up here. Today I'm using Apple Maps. Map Enhancements lets me pick, and these are Apple Map tiles. But you can pick between Bing, you can pick between Google, you can pick some other providers. We do have those clouds over there, but not thunderheady. That's good. Let's see, we're going to go 5,000, 6,000, 6,500. That's why I want to be up to 7,500, so we've got some clearance at the end here. The plane. It's really only supposed to be 30 minutes. I don't know why. Ah, we've got a 14 knot headwind. That'll kill us in the Cessna. when I did this last night, it was sunset, got 1,000 feet. That's what that alert noise is. We got 1,000 feet, and or it was sunset, and it looked really great. Denver Hanksville 127.55. Let's see if we can pick them up. See if I hear anybody talking on PilotEdge. Somebody also had a hot mic last night. Several people were like, your mic is hot. He just kept hearing this person. Ooh, I don't like that. She doesn't like climbing with that density altitude. That happens. That's one of the reasons you can climb on with indicated airspeed on here as a vertical navigation technique. You basically say, I want to climb at 85 knots or something like that, and it will, you can peg for indicated airspeed, which we will do right now. So I'll show you here on the PFD. So you can see there's the magenta 74. I can increase the airspeed, I can decrease it, and I'm just going to put it right on VY, which is best climb, which is really the way to do climbs, is to pick an indicated airspeed that you stick with, rather than a particular rate of climb, because you can keep to your best rate of climb and you can avoid possibly stalling the aircraft, which is what we were close to doing there for a second. Yeah, right rudder. So if any of you load in down there at UT97, it is rustic. And the one that I made it even more rustic. I added a whole bunch of vegetation. That looks really great out that window. I added a bunch of vegetation to the sim, and made the runway really tight like it is in the real world. It's only like 1,300, 1,800 feet, something like that. And it's about 25 feet wide. There's a cross runway that's about 40 feet wide, but it's not as well maintained. It was really amazing looking. What runway? Are you talking to me, Nate? If you're going to go into UT97, you want to, it's best to be landing. I know everybody tries to land west there, it depends on the weather, but it's basically 0927. 1836 is the runway that's not as well maintained, and it's always a crosswind. So if the wind's right, you land 27, east ops, east landing, and the wind's into you. Last night I had a tailwind, so it was great taking off, but it was sketchy getting in. I had quite the float. And finding it was really hard last night. Like I was hunting around trying to find that airport. Here, I'll show you guys where we are right now. On our little journey to Happy Canyon. Now that we're almost at altitude, we should start to cruise along pretty good. We are right by this 68 number. We're right here. Let's see if it still has the weather that we were seeing. Yeah, it still has that big thunderstorm. I'm surprised it's not showing up in the sim. There was a really big, cool looking thunderstorm when I was sitting on the ramp, and I guess it only took one update for it to disappear from the visuals. I can, oh, you know, I can sort of see it here. Also, there's something that's giving me some stutters on the front screen. It doesn't show up in the sim, the video, which is good, but yeah, they're sort of in the distance, but they're not the big cool Thunderhead I could see when we started. So I'm not sure if it's the refresh rate on the monitor.
Razer 2 Whiskey cross kick to at or above 9,000. Cleared. ILS runway 12 approach.
There's our
cross kick dough at above
PilotEdge.
9,000. Clear for the ILS 12 approach. 2 Whiskey.
Get back on our route. Now we'll pick up some speed and not crawl along not be quite so pokey. Tonsui, TSUI, makes dials and gauges for the Cytec FIPs. He does a really great job. These things have all kinds of features and functions that I don't mess with very much. There's your heading bug. But the G5 is really great, and they're really affordable. These three down here, the standby instruments are also his. Highly recommended. FSX Times is his website. Tells you how long he's been doing this, FSX. Yep, FSX Times, and he's a Microsoft Flight Simulator person most of the time. But he knows his stuff, and he makes really great gauges if you're looking for gauges for the sim. It's going to 2.7. Is this an RSG switching panel? Yep, this is the RSG bolster panel for the Cirrus. I use it here, and it works great. I had an old Cessna panel before, but when I reconfigured as a Cirrus, I made the switch over. Nate is going to be on runway 27. Okay, he's a gamer. I better look, Nate, and see what the CTAF frequency is down there. I seem to remember that I read a suggestion maybe on the AFD chart for it. I'll check it here online while we're looking. Air nav. Nearby activation. Maxville VOR. Publicly owned runway. Additional remarks. Takeoff runway 27. Okay, here's the land runway 09er when conditions allow. Takeoff runway 27 when conditions allow are the remarks in AirNav. But I did see somewhere that they had a CTAF that they recommended. Why don't we just, Nate, let's just use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
November 2102 Whiskey, contact Bozeman Tower 118.2. 1820 Whiskey today.
Let's use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as our CTAF unless I find it. If I find it, then we'll change. I saw it somewhere. Let's try a search for UT97 CTAF.
Bozeman Tower citation 210 Whiskey ILS 12.
AOPA says
November 202 Whiskey, Bozeman Tower, wind variable at 4, runway 12, clear to land. Clear to land, runway 12, thanks for the wind, 02 Whiskey.
Yep, no information there. I know I read it somewhere when I was researching this place. I read somewhere, I think it might have been a backcountry flyer. Yeah, Utah Backcountry Pilots Association. I think they had 122.9er. You're right, comma. And if I had, if I wasn't a rustic pilot, I remember that. I passed that one on my exam. 1229er, that's right. It's amazing how much stuff gets rusty after 4 years. That's why I'm thinking about going back and doing the Como 13794. I remember who that is now. You would think I would know that if I completed all the wonderful CAT ratings in PilotEdge. If you take those CAT ratings, you will know your VFR radio work backwards, forwards, and sideways. And then you can move on to the I ratings. And when you pass those, you'll be thinking, I should do this in the real world and go get my instrument ticket. 122.9er would be our common frequency. Good to see you. Well, I don't ever know if it's, I guess it is, it's Coma 13794. I've never known that guy to be in much of a coma, though. He always seems to me to be thinking about 5 stops ahead. So I'd be interested in some feedback on the quality of the camera. Again, I'd like something that's got a little wider field of view, but that looks pretty good. I didn't have to mess with it too much to get it the way I want it. Current MFD, you can see work coming up. About 10 minutes. There's not a lot of time to lose altitude once we get up there. We've got terrain up until just when we go over the top of the canyon. And then, Nate, if you're still listening and you're going to join me, I'll show on the 4th flight here. The way to get into this thing, especially if they want you doing an east landing, is actually to come down into this canyon, maybe drop down into here, lose some altitude, and then come in this way, which is what my plan is going to be. I'm gonna, when we get to it, I'm gonna come down and get into this, be able to have some time to lose some altitude and then make the turn, come in. Yesterday I came in over the top and kind of flew over it and came back and down and in. There's not a lot of room to turn around and down in there. If you're worried about this canyon being tight, I would imagine coming down south and then coming up would be the way to get there. And then we want to get it done because I've got dinner coming up. Yeah, La Segunda. So Coma and I have had the great pleasure to meet in the real world. There's a really great Cuban bakery not far from where we live, La Segunda. And we had a great Cuban coffee there. And the next time you come to Tampa, I don't know if you're coming to the Fun and Sun next year, but the next time you come to Tampa, like, that's on me. Don't forget to turn off your 4 flight. There we go. Great view, example of the atmospherics in X-plane right now. That haze is great. Okay, so you can start to see these cliffs up here, and we're going to actually drop in before we get to those. We just flew over a little edge of Canyonlands National Park on that side of us. And then we'll be getting ready
Where's
to...
your 2 Whiskey, where are you parking?
Say parking.
0 Whiskey, we would like to go to the signature ramp, please.
I'll be here all week. Try the deal.
There's your 2 Whiskey, taxi to parking via Alpha. Alpha to parking, stay with you. Thanks for your help, 0 Whiskey.
Yeah, so these cliffs are actually on the opposite side. So down in these canyons here is where we're going to go. Over here are the Henry Mountains, which if you watched any of the legs, we've threaded those twice now. You can just start to see Navajo Mountain coming in the distance there through the haze, which is cool. And I can see we've got traffic. That would be Nate. He's going to go for the crosswind runway. There's not a lot of room when you take off on 3.6 or 1.8 on that thing. He seems to have gotten out okay. All right, let's switch over to the UNICOM frequency. Where are we here? We're about we're about 10 miles out now, I'd say. Yeah. Happy Canyon traffic. Cessna 15 Juliet Golf 7,500, 10 miles north. Any wind report down there? You may not be able to hear us.
Negative. I couldn't find any kind of data on this place, and definitely not a place to do pattern work. Cherokee 17 Whiskey.
There is a windsock down there if you happen to see it, and no, it's not a place to make the standard pattern.
Yeah, I see the stock. It's calling for a 27 departure, so I'm gonna try to loop around. I actually departed. I'm gonna loop around and come back and try to hit 27 from the west. 17 Whiskey.
All right, roger that. I'm going to drop into the Dirty Devil Canyon and come loop around and be sort of lower altitude when I get there. So I'll be coming in for 27 also. I'll make sure you got plenty of warning. 15 Juliet Golf. By the way, if you're not using PilotEdge to work on your ATC skills, one of the things that's great about it is, it's a shared network, so you can go fly with buddies. And I've done quite a few flights in PilotEdge with other folks. All right, so we're gonna start getting ready for this. Landing light on, make sure full rich, fuel pump on. Nothing to do with the throttle or my flaps quite yet. Hazy out there, looking into the sun. And then we'll drop into this canyon and then come around this way. The airport's sort of down there, down in this valley. Canyon would be a more apt description for what it's in. So we'll go find the Dirty Devil River and follow it up. I'm a guy who can quote the AIM. Oh, that's so awesome. I'm looking at Nate. I don't know where he is. He's going to be over here. I've wanted to experiment PilotEdge with some combat simulator, some DCS. I bet that's really pretty amazing. Okay, he's 1400 below us, almost abeam us. I would still put him down in that canyon. I don't see him. Alright, so we're going to come this way. It'd be a good idea to have terrain on there. Where is he? Should be able to see him. He might still be below the rim of the canyon. Yeah, he's... I don't see him. Alright, well... this headwind is kicking our butts.
Happy Canyon traffic, Cherokee 9617 Whiskey. I got eyes on you, and I'm actually gonna follow you in. 17 Whiskey.
15 Julie Golf, famous last words. Alright, well, we'll take the... Alright, if that's the case, Whiskey, we're going to take the scenic route. I'm going to head a little bit west here. We'll drop down into the Dirty Devil Canyon and then come up.
Roger that, 17 Whiskey.
Dirty Devil River is a cool little river in Utah. It can be dirty, and it can be a devil, especially when it floods, when it flashes. But it is, tributary goes down into, does it ever make it to the Green? No, it goes straight down into the Glen Canyon, Colorado River. Okay. So we're going to come this way. We're going to drop down in this canyon. That's where, and we'll go over and we'll follow the devil. The devil. And then it'll be dinner time. The next leg of the Alphabet Challenge is quite a bit longer flight, and it would take like 2.5 hours in the Cessna. But the problem is I don't know if I can get a Cirrus off the ground at Happy Canyon. So it might be like I did with Fremont, where we make a stop, switch airplanes. Although when I tried that last time, it was a disaster. Okay, we can see the Dirty Devil River right down here. And Happy Canyon is 4,900 feet. So let's get that bugged. All right, here we go. Let the fun begin. All right. Utah flying. There we go, 2,400 feet. That's about where I want to be. rudders are good for you. Let's really start to slow ourselves down.
Cherokee Diner 617 Whiskey is about to drop into the canyon behind you, but I will keep a safe distance. 17 Whiskey. Happy Valley.
We go right around here. See the Dirty Devil River out there. Then Happy Valley. Is right around in this canyon here. It's weird, when I did this last night, it was so much darker. And then we go around this pinnacle, give us more altitude. We don't need to make a crashing descent into this thing. Happy Valley, Cessna 15 Juliet Golf is coming up the canyon. We're going to be making straight in for 09 or for 27 Happy Canyon. Right, this is where I need to start looking for it. Let's go first flaps. $5,200, so we got 300 feet. That's about right. Okay, I see the mesa with the runway. It's right there. Happy Canyon, Cessna 15 Juliet Golf is 1 mile final for 27 Happy Canyon. Full flaps. Ourselves trimmed here. Makes it easier to fly an airplane. I realize I'm all sitting forward. 65 knots, I like that. Get even a little slower. Go. Got a crosswind. Right crosswind at Happy Valley. Oh! Aerodynamic braking. Hold on. Happy Valley 15 Juliet Golf is going to quickly clear the runway. Of course, X-Plane puts a balloon out there. And Happy Valley 15 Juliet Golf is clear. That should be a good view for him coming in. Oh, did he disconnect? Looks like he disconnected. I hope I didn't lose. No, we're still streaming. Oh, there's a storm. Yeah, we were having a T-storm. That might be part of the stutter. Sorry about that. I'm not seeing drop frames. And I lost Nate, but we're here and we're down, so good enough. That's too bad it was stuttering. That was a nice landing. Okay, well, that was fun. Time to go get some dinner. That'd be exciting to do that in the real world, I can tell you that. Yeah, we're still, I see they're still stuttering, so I'm not quite sure what that's about. I've got, my streaming statistics are great. 0 drop frames, great bandwidth, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. Camera overheating maybe? Thunderstorm here, maybe it's a problem coming out of the house. Huh, my sim disconnected. Interesting. I wonder why. I might have lost. Let's reconnect really well, really closely. I must have
connected to PilotEdge.
So if you're listening, I had an internet dropout, I think. So let's see if we can see Nate coming in. I see him out there. He's flying away from me. One 5 Juliet Golf is back online. And clear the runway, looking for Nate. Come in. Yeah, so I'm still seeing stutters in the stream. I can see it online here. It's got to be a problem upstream from my connection. So.
I gotta do some hot water there. I made a wrong turn and came very close to a fatal error, so I'm gonna loop back around and come in from the other direction. So I'm gonna come in from the west.
Roger that. My internet connection is really sketchy. I may have to disconnect. Yeah, I was just thinking about that, Coma, that how good your signal degradation algorithm is. Spot on. Yeah, I'm watching it. I'll wait and see you come in. I can see, I mean, I've got it here. So I can see what's going on for you guys, and yeah, that's new. I haven't seen that before. The image quality is amazing, I'll say that. And I'll have to go back and look at the stream and see if I can. Yeah, that's really weird, that ghosting. It's like I'm in the Matrix. I'm glitching. It's like I'm glitching. That I can see, actually, on the OBS. So that is perhaps a camera problem. Yeah. I can see, yeah, I can see that. That's really interesting.
Happy Valley, I'm coming in for final runway 9.
All right, well, here he comes. We might as well watch it. Get the popcorn. Yeah, that's interesting. I'll have to do some research and see if there's a reason for the Razer doing that. But I can see it on the monitor that I use to watch the stream. All right, let's see where he's coming. But that's, yeah, that's unbearable. Yeah, it's the camera, because those things are moving fine. Okay. Here he comes.
Man, I'm a long way from home out here.
Yeah, that's a fact. Here, I'll do this. I'll go right window and see if I can get it so we can see him landing. It's really windy. I don't see him. He should be right on us. Which runway are you coming in for? 27? Oh, there he is. He's low. He's.
Yeah, I'm going to try to loop around for 27, but this is not going well.
Yeah, he needs a little altitude. Well, we'll see. In terms of the approach end of 27, it's right here. So we'll have a good view. See if we can see him. I have no idea where he is. Well, I don't know what to say. Gosh, I'm kind of invested in seeing this happen now. Yeah, he's coming from the other way. So we can see him making his turn. Here, I'll bring up the MFD. See if my camera problems continue. They look like they're a little mitigated, but still weird that it's doing that. I'll have to look into that. Oh, here he comes. Okay, let's. Where is he?
All right, I'm coming in. I think I got this. 17 whiskey. Boy, it's windy.
We're looking for you. See. Look at this, he's right on top of us. There he is. Ooh, baby. Ooh. Did he survive? Oh, there he goes. Oh no! That was amazing looking. You'll have to go back and watch the stream. I don't know if he survived. Did you survive? I don't think so. I don't think he survived. Oh well. Well, thanks for watching. And I've neglected my wife and dinner longer than I should, so I'm going to run. And thanks for the heads up on the camera thing. I'm going to try to get that fixed. And I'm sure I'll be able to find on Reddit pretty quickly what that is. But it's definitely something with the camera. See, now it seems resolved. Well, no, there it is again. It's like it slices me and ghosts me. Or if I unplug it and then plug it back in again if it does it. Let's try that out. And see if it comes back. Yeah, it doesn't want to. All right, well, we'll just tune out here. Thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you.